Hello, what is your name and what you do today?
Hey, my name's Julien. I competed in the remote YCS 2024.
And where are we today?
We're we're in my kitchen because this is where I was cooking.
Oh, yeah.
So this is my setup is right here. My trusty box where I put my computer on top of. That's my remote duel setup.
Oh, yes.
But anyways, I got top 16 and I went undefeated in Swiss. It was my second YCS ever, so I feel pretty good about that.
Congrats, bro.
Thank
And
you.
what were you on today?
I was playing Fire King Snake Eyes. Here's the deck profile.
All right, sweet. Let's see the goo.
First, we have the one of Ponix. This card, it can be a starter. It's also just very important to the combo piece. We got 3 Oconics, 3 Kieran. I really wanted to max out on this engine because I usually use my Snake Eye combo as kind of a decoy. And then once that gets hand trapped, trying to roll out with this because this is where I'm going to get most of my interruptions on their turn. We got the Sacred Fire King Garunix. This card is great. Sometimes to draw, if you're going second, you can do some crash shenanigans in the battle phase and do stuff in damage step, which is hard to interact with. We got the 1 Arvada, the Monster Negate. We got the Brick. This card sucks to draw, but it can be very good if you only have 2 bodies to turn into Zombie Vampire. We'll go into the extra deck later. We got the 1 Witch. I decided to play 1 Witch because the Witch combo in this deck specifically isn't as good because if you go banish OSS from grave and add Ponix, then it's not as strong. Rather than you can't get through your Snake Eye combo. So I'd rather start with Deception, and also because we play 3 Wanted, as I'm gonna show, we want to play more ways to play. Like Witch and Wanted is the same card, whereas Witch and Deception is /Witch and Deception and Wanted is a different push. We got the 1 Flamberge, so this is the Snake Eye engine. The 1 Ash, 1 Oak, 1 Poplar, this is all very standard. For the monster hand traps, we have the 3 Folos. Great card, puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. Once I got Folos twice, and I honestly didn't know what to do. Somehow won that game. We got the 3 Ash Blossom. This card is so vital to the deck just because it synergizes with Oconics. If you mill it off Zombie Vampire, you can Sunlight Wolf it back. It helps protect you from the Molchummies. So then, moving on to the spells, we have 3 Bonfires. I decided to play 3 because, especially for the Tenpai matchups, I play Fucho. And this is just helping me put up Fucho. It also is a great extender when you go normal summon Oconics. Or if you want to just lead with Bonfire, if you already have a normal summon, and just go through Poplar OSS, see if they hand trap that, and then you have another line to play. We go 3 Deceptions. I already explained this. Just another way to play. Again, we kind of want to maximize our pushes rather than just playing 1 push, 2 pushes. We want to have as many as possible. We have the original. This is the 1 Poplar target. So if you draw this in Poplar and Bonfire, you have a shitty hand, but great card. 3 Wanted. Again, great card. Just to draw 1 on top of what it does already. Then we have the 1 Hollowed. This card's a brick. Hate to open it. Unless you open it with Wanted, then it's the best combo possible. Then we have the Island and the Sanctuary. This is all very standard. And then we have the Called By. Called By is a great card. It's great going first, obviously, for hand traps. It's pretty good going second. If your hand can already play, then you can push through their board by just negating their monster effect in the grave. Alright, so that's the spells. And then for the traps, pretty standard as well. We have the 3 Dominus Impulse and the 3 Imperms. So I'm playing, like I was showing, 12 hand traps in 41. So I think that's pretty good. I tried playing 43 cards, but the issue was just not seeing specifically these 6 enough, and also kind of reducing the number of fires that you would see for Oconics. So I think 41 is a pretty good ratio that we came up with.
Right on.
So now, let me show you my side deck. For the side deck, start off with the Perilias. Great card, going second. You put it in, you have 6 cards that allow you to draw on your opponent's turn and just put up pressure. We have the 1 Veiler and the 1 Ogre. Again, just wanted to side into 17 hand traps because I play 12, so I would side those in. Then...
And do you side these into most matchups?
Yeah, I would side in if I'm going second, I'm just putting in these 5, almost no matter what. I played top 32. I played against Kamal Crooks, and I didn't put in Ogre because he was playing Mermails, and I know Ogre doesn't do anything. So that was like one of the matchups where I just didn't put it in. But I also know that what I try to do is if my opponent's engine isn't as strong as mine, I will try to keep in more engine rather than just try to hand trap into that. Although that wasn't necessarily the case with Mermail because they're going first is crazy. Then we have the 2 Cosmics and the Skyburn. Honestly, the Cosmic didn't really do much for me at the event. Skyburn is great because you can put it in going first against Senpai. That's the main reason why it's here. Or against weaker decks that aren't Snake Eye variants. Like Snake Eye variants, you can't really put this in because it doesn't do much. But against like Centurion, this will do a lot going first, and it helps you search it if you're under a chummy and you have nothing else to do. Like I said, the Cosmics didn't do much. That's also because I didn't get skill drained, so I was dodging those somehow. But yeah, so then my Cosmics didn't come up as much. Now, here comes the goob. So I'm playing 2 DDG and 3 D-Bears.
Sheesh.
Those were my other ways to fight the chummies, so obviously you can tell which matchups these come into. And then the 2 trap tricks. So the reasoning for this, I didn't have space in my side deck to have any thrust targets that weren't these. And since trap tricks can get these and do the same thing without being ashable and without relying on my opponent using a monster effect, like against Senpai, for example, if I get Impermanent Pulse, and I leave up like 1 monster on the board, they're gonna kill me unless I'm able to put this up. So that's the reason why we went with trap tricks.
Did you ever miss having a thrust for going second?
Not really, because the reasoning, the strategy for going second was really just to focus on like not letting them combo at all, or at least hitting the vital parts of the combo. So like against Fire King, I would just want to stop them. If I had Ash, I would Ash the island, or Valor the Ponix. I just didn't want them to get to the Fire King engine. If they put up Snake Eye board with just the Fire King stuff, like in the Fire King deck, they only put up the Snake Eye board. I really wouldn't mind it. I felt like my deck could push through that.
And I noticed you didn't play Droll at all on your list. Why didn't you do that?
Okay, so Droll is a card you'd play if you like gambling, because it can be a great card, but it can also really suck with the Molchummies. There's just like this what's it called? They don't work together, because you Molchummy them, then you draw a Droll, and you're like, I could draw my opponent, but not if I draw my opponent. They're just gonna keep playing. So I've already led them mad. And it's really high roll. Yeah, when you draw it, it can be very impactful, but also sometimes it can do like almost nothing. And yeah, so I actually I want to say for the last 3 weeks when I've been testing this, I put in Droll 3 times, and I liked it for a little bit. Then I took it out. Then I liked it. I took it out. I liked it, and I finally took it out just because I like these hand traps better. They synergize better with everything else. So yeah.
Cool.
So that's the side deck. And then the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we have 1 Anima. Then we have the 2 fusions, the Azumina fusions. This is all pretty standard. I play Zombie Vampire. Zombie Vampire is a great card. It won me definitely one game where I had no board. I had let me just pull them out real quick. I had Garunix, but I had both Garunixes on board, right? And then you just overlay. And the thing is that when you overlay, when you get to here, you'll have the Nocronix in your grave that you milled off of the Garunix. And as long as you hit a fire or dark in their graveyard, then you can summon Nocronix, pop your princess, and search Kieran, which is great. And there's always the chance that you mill Snake Eye Engine, for example. So yeah, so Zombie Vampire, great card, can get you out of sticky situations. The spot that it's competing with would be Photon Lord, but from what I've experienced, if I'm at the point where I can make a Photon Lord, I've already won the game. So that's why I chose Zombie Vampire over it. Then we got the Dark Charmer, again with Zombie Vampire is great. We have Hida, pretty crucial card. We have Sunlight Wolf. Again, just to add back here and add back Ash Blossom. You can also add back Flamberge and Song combos. We have IP, Ambler Well, the rank 8, really important with the Sanctuary as well. It's just another disruption when they think they finally can push through everything you've done. You overlay, blow up their whole field. We have SP, Princess, and then the OTK line, and then finally the Fucho. So, funny enough, I might have over-prepared for Tenpai a little bit. However, I played 4 Tenpai opponents yesterday. And I think... So I beat all 4 of them, and I think I was like 8-1 in terms of games. I only lost 1 game to my Tenpai opponents, and then I 2-0'd everyone else.
But round 2 was your hardest one, right?
Yeah, round 2, yeah. I played against this funny Tenpai player. I think his name was Case of Honor or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy.
But yeah, so this is what I was saying by being over-prepared for Tenpai. I had in my deck 5 direct outs. And then in my extra deck, I had an out that I can easily make with if I draw Bonfire, if I draw Oconix, if I draw Snake Eye Ash. So yeah. So
did the Fujo come up for you?
It did, but not as much as I would think. Just because I actually drew these a lot, and Tenpai players have this habit of getting God hands, and I somehow dodged that. I only got shifted twice, and they barely dropped the Moltres on me. So these were like my backup plan for if I got Moltres or Shifter, and I only had to make this, I think, twice. Yeah, so out of those 9 games that I played against Tenpai, right? So
Crazy.
yeah, so that's the extra deck. So yeah.
Cool. Any shoutouts?
Yeah, I want to shout out V, Kesavon behind the camera, Mason, Andrew. All the boys competed except for V, but V was a great help. Making the deck list, we worked on it for a long time, and I think we came up with our version of an optimal deck list for this. And I'll shout out Card Art. That's the locals.
Whoop whoop.
Great place. So yeah.
Right on. Thank you very much.